Hey everybody, Canadian Operator here, and today we're not just bringing back the 90s by going hatless, but we're also going to be doing something requested by you. Now, there's been a couple of people that have been asking me to do some bag reviews and case reviews, specifically some of those found on Amazon, and while I don't yet have the capital to get about 3 or 4 of them and compare them all against each other, what I do have enough capital to do is to get one, and I picked... I picked a pretty decent one here. This one is a mid-range sort of no-name brand from Amazon, as many of them tend to be. We're going to switch the camera over to kind of have a downward look on the table here so I can kind of show you in better detail. Believe it or not, I've actually got 2 of my favorite guns in this bag already, including a bunch of different sort of accessories and ammo and, well, not ammo, but magazines. And yeah, it's a pretty interesting bag, so I'm looking forward to showing it to you. And if this is something that you enjoy and you want to see more of this, or maybe a series on the best gun accessories off of Amazon, or more interestingly, the worst gun accessories on Amazon, then definitely smack the like button. Let me know down in the comments below, and I hope you find this video helpful. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty folks, so we got the bag on the bench here. Hopefully you have a good view of this. I tried to do this on the dining room table. It didn't work out too well. I've got a couple of lights here to give us a little bit extra lighting. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the front end of the case. And the whole case, so the bag, is about 37.5 inches long. So it's actually pretty compact. You should be able to fit 2 different rifles in here, no longer than 36 inches according to the manufacturer. Now, one thing that I want to say before we really get into this is that the materials on here do feel very generic. They feel very kind of bogged down and basic. And that kind of sucks when you're talking about something that's, about 2 to 3 times the price of something that is like the bottom of the barrel, like an Amazon Basics gun bag, which could be, I don't know, in the $20 to $30 range, maybe a little bit higher. So this would kind of put it into the almost twice as expensive price category. And yeah, the only reason why that kind of sucks is because for that price, you would expect slightly better quality zippers, which we will get to that, and just general quality. But this just kind of feels like a standard nylon. It seems to be a decent thickness as well. And so you're not going to find anything extraordinary here. But the reason why I chose this bag is because that it offers quite a bit more than your standard, just open and close bags with a couple of pouches. There's definitely a lot more here. And it definitely allows for more convenience and accessibility, and that's the main reason why I chose it. So let's start at the very front here. We've got some basic zippers now. I say basic, but they are way better than the Amazon Basics gun bags, basically, because with the Amazon Basic gun bags, what you have is that little loop here, that this metal piece that's attached to the string, that little loop that is the zipper itself is only like that. It's not closed. So if you're pulling it this way with the string, then you're good to go. But if you're pulling it the other way, the string often comes out and then you just kind of have to put it back in and fiddle around with it. I just have no idea why Amazon did that. I don't think they actually really have technical or creative control over their products. I think they just buy them from different areas in the East, as many of these vendors do, and they just kind of put their own name on it and sell it on Amazon. So that little rant aside, we do also, by the way, have 2 Velcro pads here. So if you're the kind of guy that likes to put, a bunch of patches and stuff on your gun bag, you can definitely do that. And then opening this up, we can see that we really have a ton of good options in here for putting a bunch of little things. There's definitely a lot more space on the other side, but we'll get to that in a bit. We have a little zipper here. This is just like a little mesh compartment. So as you can see, I've just got my inners here, so that's just a little bit of ear protection. I do also, of course, bring my big earmuffs when I go to the range, but this is just a nice backup. If somebody needs an extra pair, this is definitely way better than nothing and will allow them to shoot, especially outdoors. Whereas if you don't have any ear protection, of course, you can't shoot because that's just not allowed. So, and it's inadvisable, of course, as well, just to protect your hearing. There's a little pouch here as well. So a little pouch goes up to about the depth of my finger. So that's probably going to be, I don't know, we'll say maybe 3 inches. What do you think, guys? 3 inches? That's about right? So I put my eyes in here. I usually just kind of tuck that in there and then this in there, and then that kind of just sits in there nicely. So again, just an extra pair of eyes, taking this to the range. I just want to make sure that I have that with me. There's some spaces here for your pens, and there's a little bit of sort of, I would say this is more like a 5 to 5.5 inch pocket behind here. Again, this is all just kind of very thin nylon, but it seems to be put together fairly well. So let's go ahead and zip that back up, and then let's take a look at this pouch over here. All right, so this pouch here is pretty interesting because we've got sort of a pouch on the outside, but we also have a zippered pouch on the inside. So let's go ahead and start with the outside one first. We've got some really basic plastic or polymer closures here. These just feel like just very generic ones. You can probably get these for pennies. And yeah, not the most fantastic quality. We've got another one of those Velcro pads here. Again, if you're the kind of guy that likes your patches, and we've got a little bit more Velcro over here. So we have two Velcro pads here, and then we've got a Velcro pad there. So you can basically just secure that with Velcro. And if you want a little bit more security, you can use the closures there if you want, the little buckles. The buckles are adjustable as well, so that's kind of nice. But again, just a sort of a very cheap feeling material. It does the job, but again, I would have liked to see a little bit more quality there, just a little bit more. We've got a little bit of a bungee system here. You can adjust these as well with the thing in the end, so this allows you to kind of tighten things up and keep things organized. And inside is where I've put my cross carry strap. Again, this is nothing spectacular, but it's got a nice sort of cushion here. This is probably not going to be enough for two fully loaded guns if you've got accessories and lights and all sorts of fancy sights and different things on them. Having two guns in here and carrying it across your shoulder might get a little painful with this. Again, not the highest quality, but again, it'll do the job. It's got a little bit of breathing sort of mesh on this side, and on this side it's just pretty much just nylon. And again, this is adjustable, and we've got some clips here. These are all plastic as well, but it's nice to see that at least the closure here is metal, and the spring does feel pretty substantial, so should be okay. And you do have some adjustability with that. All right, and then finally in here, we've got a good amount of space. This is pretty much going all the way up to my watch here and the tip of my finger, so that's kind of gives you an idea of the depth of the pocket here. That probably feels like about a good 6 to 7 inches in there. And again, what's nice is you can tighten this down if you want to, and you've got lots of space in there, and you can close this down when you're good to go and you don't want things to go anywhere. So that's kind of nice. Now we do have a zipper on here as well, so let me see if I can find that. It's going to be somewhere around here. So there we go. So this kind of goes around the corner, and then this one comes around the corner as well, so that's quite nice. And this is honestly really cool. I haven't seen this really in many other gun bags, and this is again one of those reasons why I decided that I was going to get this. Despite obviously being able to see some of the quality or lack thereof on the website, it looked like very generic kind of gun bag that you would find on Amazon. But this is actually really, really cool. So if you don't know what these are just your standard PMags. These are 10-round mags. These will fit a Glock, and there's 4 in here right now, but there's space for a 5th right here in the middle. And then I've also got some cross mags here. So if you don't know what these are Cross Industries cross mags, and these are actually based on the LAR 15 magazine. So these will fit pretty much any STANAG or AR pattern rifle. You've got 10 rounds here and 10 rounds there. And yeah, it's a nice little magazine. If you haven't seen my video on it, do check it out. I have a video kind of explaining all of the different legal magazines that you can use in Canada, but I digress. We've got about 3 of them in here. Well, 2 of them, but space for a 3rd. And there's even a little pocket down here to kind of keep things nice and tidy. So yeah, you're not going to be able to put really much else in here, but the fact that you've got a separate pocket for magazines is actually really nice. And yeah, I definitely like that. On the top here, we do have a little bit more space, so it's nice to see that they don't waste it. These are both kind of mesh pockets. This one seems to be a little bit bigger, but this one, I've just got some chamber flags and basic stuff in here, and then I've got my Maglula mag loader for my 9mm mags, because the springs on these guys are pretty tough. So this is definitely really helpful. And I did do I think I did a short on that. If you guys want to kind of see a longer video on that, do let me know down in the comments. But yeah, so that's going to basically do it for the very top, the front side of the bag. We'll very quickly turn this over and show you guys the back side as well, and then we'll pop it open and show you guys all the goodies inside too. Okay, so we're on the back side of the bag here, and really there's not a whole lot going on. We've got these built-in straps, so this is actually kind of nice. You can wear this as a backpack, and then there is, of course, an adjustable waist strap over here. Again, very simple buckles, nothing to write home about, but you know, it'll help you to get a little bit of a load off of your lower back, which is definitely helpful. We've got a stitched sort of nylon piece coming across here, and then up here, kind of behind everything, there's a little zipper, and it's a bit of a tight fit, but like that kind of goes, I think I would say, all the way down to here. So I don't know if I would want to put anything in there that's kind of sharp or pointy or, you know, just weird odd shapes or anything. But if you've got, you know, cloths, like cleaning cloths and other things like that, chamois or whatever you want, those could both act as a bit of a back support for you, because you remember you'll be wearing this on your back. At least that's one of the ways you can do it. And so, yeah, you definitely don't want anything that's too sort of oddly shaped there, because otherwise it might hurt your back. But putting some basic cleaning supplies, some cloths and stuff in there, probably a good idea. And there's quite a lot of space here. So depending on what you stick on the inside of the bag, you might have a little bit more space there. And I did mention that there is various ways of carrying this bag. So we've got this, we've got that crossbody strap, which actually, I believe, it connects to this. And then we've also got another one over here as well. So that's your crossbody strap connection. And then we also just have some basic, you know, like a basic carry handle. And then you can kind of just do it like this, I guess, right? And you can carry that. So not bad, honestly, pretty decent design for a bag that is just off of Amazon like this, not from any particular manufacturer. It's just kind of a no-name brand, but yeah, it's nice to see those details there. So let's go ahead and flip this open, crack it open, and then we'll have a look at the features inside before we wrap it up. All right, so let's finally open this up and have a look at what's inside. I'm kind of running with some very limited space here, so forgive me for that. And just kind of open it up like that, and there you can see my trusty Tavor in 5.56 NATO. If you haven't seen the video on this, do check it out. I'll make sure to link it in the top right-hand corner. One of my favorite guns, and being a bullpup, it actually fits really nice in here with plenty of space to spare. The barrel just ends there, but as per regulations and to be considered a non-restricted firearm, this is actually an 18.5-inch barrel. 18.6 to be precise. So the fact that the majority of the barrel sits inside the gun is not just great for this being a wonderful and an amazingly reliable, awesome gun for a non-restricted classification, but also like it's super compact and you just kind of fit it wherever you want. As you can see, we do have some sort of Velcro straps here. So we've got one here. I did kind of go around the barrel both sides just because I wanted to make sure I stabilized that front end so it wasn't kind of wobbling around too much. And then we've got a second one here. As you can see, we do have a locking device as well going through with the bolt kind of resting up against it, so we're not compressing the bolt. And then we also have a little elastic piece here holding this kind of tight. This is going to be like a little envelope or a little pouch here, just to kind of put the butt stock or the butt part of the gun inside. And then we've got 2 more points of support. So honestly, not too bad. Again, I would have liked maybe a nice velour material in here, just like a fake velour or something like that. And I'm sure it's not too expensive, but it would have been really nice to have something softer than just pure nylon in here. And especially at the price point. This, again, I'm pretty sure that'll do the job, but yeah, I'm just not too crazy about the quality. This is just a little divider, and again, everything is nylon. There's a soft piece of foam in there, probably I'd say about 10 to 15 mil thick, probably not more than that. So it's pretty small. As you can see, we have a similar setup here on the top of the gun case as well. We've got the Ruger PC carbine. Did a review on that as well, and if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's actually one of my more popular reviews, as well as the Tavor here. Both of these did really well. So if you're looking at either of these potentially to purchase, do go check out my reviews because I go into quite a lot of detail. But this one is the Magpul edition, which as you can see, we've got sort of the stock and the handrest mating there in the back under this little pouch here. And then we've got of course, the EOTech 512 on here. And that's about it. And we've got a locking device here as well. So we've got no ammunition or anything nearby. Everything is safely locked away, and the magazines and everything are empty, as are all of the chambers, and all these have been proven safe prior to doing this video, just in case anybody's wondering. And we have another little piece over here. This is just, of course, not being used because of how short this is. This will actually fit into a backpack, which is just really, really cool. So if you're just on the go and you want to be, traveling light, then the Ruger PC carbine with the Magpul backpacker stock, very aptly named, is definitely going to be the way to go. But if you're like me and you want to take both with you, then again, this case seems to be pretty decent. I'm not going to mention the price here in the video for obvious reasons, fellas. We're a wife-friendly channel, but I will leave a link down in the description if you want to go check it out. It doesn't help me out whatsoever at all. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. So, you know, whether you buy it or not, it has absolutely no effect on me. If you do buy anything ever on this channel, whether I'm sponsored or not, I only want you to do it if it's going to be feasible for you, financially viable for you, and if it's something that's going to be helpful to you. And I'm going to probably reiterate that many times long after we become a YouTube partner, which, by the way, we are really close to that. We are at about 810 subs, I believe, to filming this video. And I just can't thank you guys enough for all of your wonderful support. So what I'm going to be doing for our 1,000 sub celebration is we're going to be actually giving this exact bag away. I'm not actually going to be using this. I won't be taking it out to the range. I just wanted to kind of put it together for the video for you guys so you can check it out. But we will be giving this away. So if you want details on that, there are some details in Discord. There will be more details coming very soon. And we are planning some local festivities as well, like a community range day, and maybe going to get some food together and stuff like that, and meeting people in the Canadian Operator community. So if you want to get involved in that and win this bag, it's you know, it's not a cheap bag, it's not an expensive bag, it's kind of right in the middle, but it's a really nice bag for the money. And you can win this for free simply by just heading over to our Discord, the link for which will be down in the description below. Of course, it's just a great place to hang out with a bunch of other gunnies from Canada and around the world. That being said, thank you so very much for watching. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, again, you can really help me out in a really huge way by just remembering to leave a like, becoming a subscriber if you haven't done so already. Help us towards that 1,000 subscriber goal, which is just absolutely crazy. We only just got started last December, so whatever you can do, share this video with your friends and maybe your communities. It's all really helpful, and please accept my most sincere thanks for that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you found this helpful once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.